Next point, healthcare workers are rich. Ngbo, Von Vicky, Ella, all of you come and answer. Are you guys rich? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Omotola and I'm welcoming you back to our lovely space. This is where we create content relating to healthcare, talk about my life here in the UK, and I also have a Telegram group where I share via links to jobs and sponsorships, and it's just a great community to talk and interact with people who are looking to join the healthcare team and are just looking to get more information. We also talk about the study route as well. If you are interested in joining the group, the link will be in the description box. Please click on the link and check it out. Alright, so in today's video, I'll be talking about the misconceptions about healthcare assistant jobs. Alright, so if you have been searching for information about healthcare jobs and joining the healthcare team, you will know that you've heard conflicting information about the healthcare jobs. And what today's video is just going to be doing is just correcting some of those misconceptions so you are better informed and you can distinguish which is which. And I hope that by the end of this video you'll be able to understand the job better and at least have your facts straight. All right, so the first point is that this job is a dirty job. Okay, healthcare is not one way. There are different aspects to care. There's working in a care home. You could decide to work in community care, which is also known as home care. You can work with the NHS, and this could range from hospitals to care homes under the NHS trust. There's a lot of aspects to care, and having a one-sided view of healthcare or having a one-sided view of care is actually untrue. So there are some aspects of care where you will not even have to interact or physically touch a resident throughout your shift, and all you're doing is monitoring. It is still healthcare, but it does not have to do with personal care or providing any form of moving and handling at all. So there are different aspects to care, and knowing the different aspects to care will help you streamline and better understand what aspect of care would suit you as a person. So if, for instance, you work in a care home, your experience will be different from someone working in mental health or someone working in community care or someone working with the NHS in a hospital. So it varies from job description to job description. So understand what aspect of care you are getting into so that you will know the duties that come with that role and come with that particular job description. So I've said this before, that this job is sometimes draining. Sometimes you have to deal with a lot of unexpected, messy situations. Also, you might have to deal with the emotional side of this job. This job is physically, emotionally, psychologically draining. And at the end of the day, you just need a very strong support team and rest, lots of rest. Lots of people tend to work back to back in this healthcare. It doesn't really pay in the end because it tells on your body after a while. So whether or not you believe what I'm saying, you need rest, you need a break when healthcare is concerned, because your mental health, your physical well-being is actually quite important to how long you can do this job. Next point, healthcare workers are rich. Ngbo, Von Vicky, Ella, all of you come and answer. Are you guys rich? Please, we know that this job rewards financially. Okay, we are comfortable. Let's just put it that way. You can be comfortable as a healthcare assistant. Minimum wage right now in the UK is 9.50, which is £9.50 as of making this video. All right, so we get paid from that amount, and sometimes some people get paid less than that, or some people get paid more than that. I've made a video on, the salary, comparing salary with care homes, NHS, and working with agencies. Obviously, we know that the people who are least paid work with the NHS. Till today, we don't know why. And the people who get paid the most work with agencies. So agency staff get paid a lot more than NHS workers and care home workers. We still don't know the reason today. Please, if anybody knows the reason why, all right. So if anybody knows the reason why, please help us out in the comment section. We would love to know. Next misconception: healthcare jobs are only for unskilled people. No, no, no. And that is a big no, because you need a lot of skill. You need a lot of. I've told people before that no matter the courses you do, either paid or free courses that you do before you get the healthcare jobs, most employers will still enroll you for their e-learning courses and still take you through some practical training when you start working with them. So it's not you can't learn everything you need to learn before you start the job. A lot of training still goes on even after you get the job. So it's a continuous learning process. So unskilled people doing healthcare is really not the case, because you constantly have to update, because you're dealing with life and it's in the sciences, and science, we know, is infinite. You cannot fully research science, so you constantly have to keep changing things. And with things like COVID and whatnot, Ebola and all this outbreak of diseases, there is constantly new ways of doing things. I mean, the way they did CPR years ago is not the same way they're doing CPR today, because of COVID and everything. You can't do the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. That doesn't fly in this day and time. In fact, you are told not to do it in some situations. Just keep giving palpitations till the emergency services arrive. So it's evolving. It's constantly changing. So what you knew years ago doesn't apply today. So you constantly need to get trained and all of that. So misconception number 4: healthcare jobs is not a big deal. So for people who are just coming into healthcare and you think that healthcare is not a big deal, you might be in for a shock, because there are laws guiding healthcare. There is a lot riding on healthcare, and it is a big deal to the point where it can send you to prison. Even though you are a healthcare assistant and you're not a nurse with an NMC pin, you have a DBS that can prevent you from working elsewhere if you have a query, or there's an investigation that has been launched, or there's a malpractice and you are involved, and it goes on your DBS. I can't stress it enough, because a lot of people just tend to just go into it casually. But then healthcare is a big deal, as in it is a big deal. You are dealing with people's lives. So documentation, reporting incidents that could be a safeguarding issue is very important, because you need to be at alert. You need to be, if you're a careless person, you cannot work in healthcare. I've said this a number of times, that if you are a careless person, you should not even be in healthcare, because one silly mistake can land you in prison, or one silly mistake can just, put a stain on your DBS. And you don't want that, because how will you feed? I mean, how will you get another job? It really doesn't, it's not worth the trouble. So if you're a careless person, or you're someone who doesn't really pay attention to detail, you might have a problem. Yes. So the last point is night shifts are easier than day shifts. Okay, I've said this before. Personally, I've said this before. But in retrospect, let's say night shifts are even more dangerous than day shifts. Reason is because the activities on the night are a lot less than the day shifts, and you might be tempted to sleep off. You see, a lot can go on in 1 second, because it's a very volatile job. And if you're dealing with people with dementia, or mental health patients, or people who have critically ill and might be unstable, a lot can go on in 1 minute. Like just dozing off in 1 minute, a lot can go on, and you need to be awake. What will you tell them? It was unwitnessed. You you have to be alert. It takes a lot of energy and self-will and determination to stay awake and alert throughout the night shift. I repent. I'm one of those who repent that the night shift is easier than the day shift. No, please, no. It is not as easy because you have to be awake and alert. Let's not even take away from the day shift. The day shift can be quite draining because a lot of activity goes on. If you work in a care home where a lot of moving and handling goes on, you're dealing with family, you're dealing with residents, you're dealing with other residents, you're dealing with yourself, you're planning, it's a lot of work also working on the day shift. So healthcare is a big deal. If you enjoyed this video or you found anything of value in it, please remember to give it a huge thumbs up. It does a lot to help my analytics and get other people to see this video. Share this video in your WhatsApp groups, on your Telegram groups. It might just help someone out. All right, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys. Mwah.